In 2012, we aired a program called The Amish, which was actually the highest rated show we had on American Experience in 10 years. There was one part of the story that had only gotten a light treatment, and that is the Amish practice of shunning. The Amish believe that once you have been baptized as an adult, if you decide to leave, that you should have no contact with the community. That means your family. So our story centers on 7 characters who create different pieces of the mosaic of this picture of shunning, as well as voices from the Amish community itself defending the practice.
When we lose obedience, we lose the church.
And it's just an emotional roller coaster through a set of universal experiences. We've got another installment of the Wild West coming up this year, a really terrific story about Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. For years, you have Butch and Sundance out there robbing trains. They were lone individuals, robbing from these wealthy corporations at the time, railroads. They weren't redistributing their money. And they become sort of emblematic figures, slightly endearing figures, very flawed figures in some ways. But these are mythological characters, and they're mythologized because there's something about them that seems to be bigger than themselves. They seem to represent a time and a place, and in some ways, some ideals. This year also, we'll be telling the story of the Penn Station project, which is really a story of the Pennsylvania Railroad's effort to, in a way, conquer Manhattan. They were the dominant railroad of the time, but they had no direct route into Manhattan. So the Pennsylvania Railroad and Cassatt set out to solve that problem. And so they built these amazing tunnels underneath the Hudson and underneath the East River to connect with the extension of the line up into New England. They built really one of the monuments of American architecture, the original Penn Station. It's the story of the people that were involved, from the sandhogs who are underneath the Hudson River to Cassatt, who's pushing this project and envisioning it every step of the way. It's a dramatic story, one that's really, I think, little known because the original Penn Station was torn down.